There are love stories that inspire. There are tragedies that haunt us. And sometimes a single story holds both, an unshakable love and an unthinkable betrayal. Today, we tell the story of Sergeant Jan Paweł Pietrzak and his wife, Quiana Jenkins-Pietrzak, who were murdered in Southern California. Welcome to a very tragic story where we recount dark, true stories that happened on the face of the earth. This story is a story of love cut short, a story of betrayals and a brutal crime. A crime so brutal it left a community reeling. This is not just a recounting of their deaths. This is their life, their love, and the questions that still remain. Jan Paweł Pietrzak was born on March 13, 1984, in Poland. His early years were spent in his homeland, but at the age of 10, his life took a turn when his family immigrated to the United States, settling in Brooklyn, New York. Growing up as an immigrant, Jan was determined to prove himself. His friends described him as ambitious, hardworking, and deeply patriotic. He loved America and believed in its promise. That love for his adopted country pushed him to enlist in the United States Marine Corps in 2003. He became a helicopter mechanic, dedicating his life to service. Jan was not just another Marine, he was a leader. His colleagues respected him, not only for his work ethic, but for his integrity. He served a tour in Iraq, demonstrating courage and discipline. He had a bright future in the military, and those who knew him believed he was destined for great things. Meanwhile, on the other side of the country in California, Quiana Jenkins was born on February 16, 1982. Raised in a supportive family, Quiana was known for her kindness and deep sense of compassion. She found her calling in helping others, working as an infant care counselor, and also Quiana was studying to become a doctor. She had a natural ability to connect with people, especially young mothers and children. Her presence alone could bring comfort. In 2005, fate brought Jan and Quiana together. They met at a gathering for Marines in San Diego. What started as casual conversation quickly turned into something deeper. Despite coming from different backgrounds, Jan, a Polish immigrant and Marine, and Quiana, a Black woman dedicated to social work, their love was effortless. They complemented each other in every way. Friends recall how Jan adored Quiana, how he would do anything to make her happy. Their relationship was built on mutual respect, trust, and an undeniable connection. By 2008, their love story reached its next chapter. On August 8th, they married, officially becoming husband and wife. They settled in Winchester, California, a quiet neighborhood near Camp Pendleton where Jan was stationed. They had dreams of a future together, of children, of building a life rooted in love and purpose. But those dreams would be violently shattered. On the night of October 15, 2008, just 67 days after their wedding, the Pietrzaks' home became the scene of an unthinkable crime. 4 intruders broke in, and what happened inside was nothing short of a nightmare. That evening, authorities responded to a distressing scene at the Pietrzaks' residence. When they arrived there, they found Jan and Quiana bound, gagged, and brutalized. The assailants tortured them for hours. Quiana was sexually assaulted. Then, in a final act of cruelty, both were shot execution style. Police found the couple's bodies lying lifeless, their home ransacked, and upon further inspection, more evidence was found over the scene: fingerprints, footprints, and stolen belongings. But there was something even more chilling. Racial words had been spray painted on the walls. What had started as a home invasion quickly turned into a case that raised questions about hate, betrayal, and the darkest depths of human cruelty. The investigation moved quickly. The evidence pointed to 4 suspects, all of whom had a disturbing connection to Jan. They were not strangers. They were Marines, men who had served under his leadership. Lance Corporal Emrys John, Lance Corporal Kassan Sykes, Private Kevin Cox, and Lance Corporal Tyrone Miller. The leader of the attack? Miller, a Marine who had once stood in formation under Jan's command. Their motive, according to prosecutors, was robbery. They believed that Jan and Quiana had money in their home. They took some jewelry, including the couple's wedding rings, as well as Pietrak's dress uniform, which were found at the suspects' homes. But was robbery truly the reason behind the home invasion? Because evidence at the scene of the crime pointed to a darker reality, a shocking revelation of inhumane cruelty. The racial slurs at the scene raised a different possibility. Was this a hate crime? Was it jealousy? Or was it revenge? The brutality inflicted upon the couple suggested that this was more than just a simple burglary gone wrong. However, the trial revealed disturbing details. Miller had orchestrated the plan. He and his accomplices entered the home with the intent to rob, but their actions went far beyond theft. As the investigation unfolded, several key witnesses emerged. Melissa Buck, the girlfriend of Private Kevin Cox, provided a chilling account. She revealed that upon returning from the crime, the 4 accused Marines celebrated by drinking beer. One of them reportedly remarked, "Good job, E. You earned your stripes tonight." Buck also disclosed that this was not their first offense. The group had committed prior burglaries, one of which she had accompanied them on. Another significant testimony came from Justin P. Weisinger, an acquaintance of Miller. Weisinger testified that days after the murders, Miller confided details of the assault and killings to him. Weisinger had previously participated in burglaries and home invasions with Miller and the other suspects, highlighting a pattern of criminal behavior. The legal proceedings were both extensive and complex. On April 3rd, during a preliminary hearing, prosecutors emphasized that the primary motive appeared to be financial gain. However, the evidence of racial slurs at the crime scene could not be ignored. Riverside County investigator Benjamin Ramirez testified about the recovery of the Pietrzak's belongings from Miller's residence and the matching footprints, strengthening the case against the accused. In May 2009, a recording of Melissa Buck's statements was played in court, shedding light on the defendants' lack of remorse and their history of criminal activities. By August 12, 2009, Riverside County Superior Court Judge Judith Clark ruled that there was sufficient evidence to proceed to trial for all 4 defendants. The trials faced delays due to unforeseen circumstances. Notably, on February 1, 2011, proceedings were temporarily halted when Kassan Sykes exhibited disruptive behavior in court, prompting a psychological evaluation. However, by May 2011, a jury deemed Sykes mentally competent to stand trial, allowing the legal process to resume. The main trial commenced on April 8, 2013, at the Riverside Hall of Justice. Given the number of defendants, 2 separate juries were impaneled, one for Kevin Cox and another for Emrys John and Tyrone Miller. The 4th defendant, Kassan Sykes, was scheduled for a separate trial due to logistical constraints. The trials shed light on the harrowing details of the crime and the cold attitude of the perpetrators. During sentencing, Cox displayed a lack of remorse, stating, "I apologize for what happened to the victim's family." Judge Christian Thierbach described the murders as savage and among the most inhuman acts he had witnessed in his 27-year tenure. Justice, however, would not be denied. In June 2013, after years of legal battles, the verdicts were delivered. Emrys John and Tyrone Miller were sentenced to death. Kevin Cox received life in prison without parole, and in 2014, Kassan Sykes also received the death penalty. It was the ultimate punishment for an unforgivable crime. But even with justice served, the scars remain. Thank you for watching A Very Tragic Story. Jan and Quiana's story reminds us of the power of love, the cruelty of betrayal, and the importance of justice. May their souls rest in peace.